Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for viewing our channel. If you're new here, thank you for coming. Encourage you to watch the beginning of our video. That video will kind of give you everything about this channel and what it's about. It's about family and our faith. All right, please like and subscribe. We're gonna continue from the last video I did. This continuation, I'm gonna start off with something that I forgot to mention on the last video. All right, so on the last video when I went to see the cancer doctor, we were talking story, but the thing that I missed was that he had to do a bone marrow biopsy. He had to do that to find out if the cancer has spread to the bone marrow, or because that's where lymphoma, was usually grow. It's in the bone marrow. So anyway, the procedure was not nice. All right, so he had to I had to lay down on the table, the table chair, and then right on the bottom of lower back, the bone, he poked he poked a needle in there, and he told me that it was going to be painful. He warned me, but I didn't know it was going to be that painful, man. It was painful. He just stick the needle in there, and then suck out the bone marrow, and so he sent that off to check. Okay, so now we pick up from where I left off. I went home. So mind you, now when I just drove home, I went home, I walked in the house, and I sat down on the couch. I didn't notice anything, but remember now, the other video that I did, I was talking about the pain. The pain was so sensitive on my stomach that a lot of time I don't wear shirts, because even the shirts touching my stomach, it was so sensitive that I can feel the pain. And then when anybody try to sit next to me, I would flinch like this. Or my kids would run around, I would jump back like this. I would start yelling. That's how sensitive the pain was on my stomach. But now this time I didn't even notice that there was no pain. So I walked in the house. All my kids were just watching TV. And my wife came. I sat on the couch, and my wife sat next to me. And one of my kids came to me, and I just hold him like that. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me that I didn't feel the pain. So I look at my wife, and I said, "Wow, hon, I don't feel the pain. The pain completely gone." Okay. So then my wife asked me about the appointment, how the appointment was, and then I told her everything, and then I told her what the doctor told me. I said, the doctor told me, if I go to the restroom and I see blood and all that stuff, rush back to the hospital, because that could be my stomach falling fall apart. Oh, she freaked out. And then also to just to monitor myself, to if anything out of ordinary, any pain and stuff like that, just go back to the ER. Okay, so right around this time, it was around winter time. So the first night was good. The second night was okay. Then the third night I was having problem. Mind you now, the first and second night, the third night, I had constipation. I wanted to go to the restroom, but I couldn't. I was so constipated and stuff like that. And this is the other symptom too. The doctor told me that I was going to go through that phase of constipation, and then so he gave me he instructed me to go to the drugstore and buy those oh man, what's the word? Buy those things with the with the liquid inside. If you know what I'm talking about, put it on a comment. Put it on there. That's the stuff it helps you, relieve that, the constipation. Okay, I don't remember what the word for that bottle, like it's a bottle with liquid, and then the tip is like this, right? And you know where that goes. Okay, and then so anyway, the third night I was having that problem. I couldn't, I feel bloated. I couldn't sleep. So my wife had to help me, man. And I felt like I was only 27, I think, around that time, 27 or 28, around that time, and I'm going through this thing. My wife had to, you know, to help do that uh, to me, to relieve that, and then she did that thing, and then that had helped me, you know, relieve that. The fourth night of that week, everything went good. The weekend, no pain now. Um, After that week went by, everything was good. The second week, no, well, anyway, when I went to the restroom, there was no blood. There was nothing out like that. So that was good news. And then the second week, I was freezing. I was cold. Like my wife put two, three blankets over me, uh, and this is through the day. Even with the heater on, I still was freezing. The second day was like that, was still freezing. So we did this other thing. You know how you bring the blanket, you cover yourself blanket, and you boil water, put them in the tub, a bowl or something, and then put them there. Cover yourself, and then that steam can help warm you. So that helped a little bit, but it didn't do long. After the second night, third night, finally I said, man, I cannot handle it. Take me to the ER. So we went to the ER. When we went to the ER, the doctor did checkup and everything. Look at my history. Oh wow, you are going through chemotherapy and everything like that. And then I was told, man, you're lucky. Why didn't you come in? How long did this go on? I said, for a couple of days now. Why didn't you come in the first day? You could have died. Because now, like, I don't know what it was. It was something that has to do with your blood, and if it would have go up and hit your brain, you would have been done. So I found out also later on, and this is everything just coming back little by little. What the doctor also told me, the cancer doctor, like the chemotherapy will help you, but it will also mess you up because it will kill the white blood cell, something like that, and or the red blood cell, the cells that help your body fights off viruses and disease. Chemotherapy will kill that, and then and then you will get so prone to sickness. You'll get sick fast, and that's what happened. I got frozen so fast because that thing wasn't. I mean, my body was now, being attacked. And so good thing you came in. So I got admitted in the hospital for a whole week. I got admitted in there. And then now my wife had to deal with the kids, 5 kids now at home. And good thing her sisters help her out, and she at the same time she would have to come and visit me at the hospital. And that was the thing. And mind you, now we live like maybe uh, 30 minutes away from the hospital, and she would have to drive up hospital to visit me. So I was in the hospital, and then once that was done, I got released and went back home. So I went back home, and was going through the whole thing again. So this is 2 weeks. The third week now, the ending of the third week, I have to go back and redo the second treatment for the chemotherapy. So I went back, went to the doctor, asked me how everything was, and he knew I was in the hospital, see the record and stuff like that, and he also told me, I tell you that if anything happened to you, you need to go to the hospital now. Now I gotta tell you again, you know, the chemotherapy can mess you up, all the this chemical and things like that. It'll kill the white blood cell that help your body. So anything little, you like, if you have a cold and it's not normal to last long, go to the doctor, go see the doctor. Okay, I got that. All right. So now then he told me the result of the bone marrow test. He said, good news, it didn't spread to the bone marrow. That was what we were worried about, hoping that it didn't, but good news is that it didn't. So it's just your stomach. How are you feeling? Did anything happen when you went use the restroom? I go, no, nothing. He's, oh, all right. So that's another good story. So giving me all this scenario, right? All this scenario, like we cannot operate on you because we could cut your whole stomach out. And the reason why we cannot operate on you because your weight is so low, you're too skinny. You will not handle the operation. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do, start the chemotherapy, and then if that doesn't work, then now I remember the word. Then we'll do radiation. That's the other treatment. But we'll do chemotherapy first, and if chemotherapy don't work, then we'll do the radiation. That's gonna be the next step. But hopefully we don't get to that. Okay, all right. So now, same thing again. He went back, come back with the tubes. I sat there, he do the IV thing, and then just start doing the medication in, and here I am again going through that. Wow, going through that. I feel better after all that I've done. Sat there for a little bit, like maybe 10, 15 minutes, just till the thing wear out. I feel nauseous now. I taste the medicine, the medication. I can taste it and everything. And then he tells me about we're supposed to have at least 5 treatment, 5 rounds of treatment, and this is the second one. All right. So after 15 minutes went by, and so I went home. Drove home. I feel better. I go home. That first night, I did the same thing again. Got constipated. First, second day, couldn't constipate it. So my wife had to do that same thing again, help me relieve the constipation. I lie down on the floor like a small kid, man. And my wife, thank God for my wife. My wife had to go through that with me. She cooked for me, and with the kids, and all these things she was going through. At the time, I didn't realize it until way afterwards. Everything, a few years later, I realized. Even now, we would talk about it. Like, man, how did you feel about when you were going through that thing with me? She had her story. Maybe someday she can say it, but she told me, man, I thought nothing about it. It was no burden or anything like that. It was just, she just felt like, this is part of our life, and sometimes she would question, like, why us? Why this thing happen? Why you? Because before all these things happened, I was a very active person, very active, work, play sports, all these things, and all of a sudden, boom, it hit. And that's why I always, now talk to people talk to, especially youth, kids, I tell them, you know what, don't take life for granted, because you never know what might happen. All right, but every day you live your life, live your life with a purpose and all that. So now we're going through this, that second night done, um, and then the third night, boom, it hit again, freezing, freezing again. Now this time we rushed to the hospital. We got to the hospital, uh, do checkup and stuff like that. Then I had to stay again. Like the thing, man, it just hit me, and then I stayed in the hospital again for another week. I never noticed. I never noticed it. It was just that I never noticed about my hair at that time. When I was in the hospital, you know, whole week I was in the hospital. My wife would come, and some of my family members, they would come visit and stuff like that. Uh, some of my friends, and then some of them, my wife, when she come visit me, she would tell me, "Oh, so and so was asking for you because now they haven't seen me for a while, and they were wondering where I was. They didn't know that I was sick. They didn't know I had cancer." But my wife said when she told them, they were shocked. Like, wow, that was fast. And so anyway, that's what was going on. So anyway, like every time I when my wife come around me, she would say, "Oh, the hairs on your pillow. There's hair stuck on your pillow." But she never told me that my hair were falling off because of the chemo thing. It's just that, oh, then she just cleaned the pillow, changed the pillowcase and stuff like that. And I never did look at myself in the mirror that whole time. So after that week went by, went back home, and then go through the same thing, get the chills, uh, constipated, eating and stuff like that. All of a sudden, like the food wouldn't go down. The food wouldn't go down. The food would get stuck. And so I was like, oh my goodness, what's wrong? So I would have to wait. I wouldn't eat anything for a whole almost like 3-4 hours. I wouldn't be able to eat anything because now it got stuck. Food got stuck, so I had to wait. So I would throw out the food and stuff like that. Then I would drink water and then it'll go. Then it'll go through. So then I would eat again. If I eat too fast, then it starts to stuck again. Okay, so now becomes a routine. Now I would have to throw off the food and just wait until then start drinking hot water or hot tea and stuff like that to make it go down. Then it go down. Now I'm scared to eat. I'm scared to eat now because I'm scared that it would get stuck. And now that's another problem now. So I ended up just drinking soup and stuff. And so now this is the first week, second week of going through that. And then now the other thing too, I was kind of hesitating going to do the chemo because I now understood that it is the chemo that's causing me all this problem. My wife has to tell me, you need to go. You have to go. But I was going through this process of pain, cold, freezing, constipation. Couldn't eat. The food got stuck. Okay. On the third week, I went and do my third. Now this is the third treatment now on my stuff. Now I don't at this point now I don't feel any pain now. But now I'm going through this different problem now. I can't eat. The food is not going through. It gets stuck, and then I get constipation and stuff. My wife would always have to do this thing, and now this is the third. So when I went the doctor, I told him all this stuff, and all this stuff that was going on. And he just said, yeah, this is part of the chemo. It's part of it. It's just the process of this is what you're going through. So then I went back home, and then boom, now it got worse. Now the thing that got stuck, the food got getting stuck. Now I can't completely eat. So I call up my set up appointment with my the doctor that did the tube, because he that's my special. He's my doctor, but the cancer doctor is the one that I go and do the chemo with. So I went to see him, and then he told me, okay, I'm going to set up appointment to check and find out what's going on. Okay, so a week later, I went back to his office, and he did the appointment. So this time now, he put me to sleep. The first one, he did it in his office, but this one now, he put me to sleep. I went in, did everything, all that stuff. Then he put me to sleep. He went in. So I came out after like 2 hours because I got knocked out, and then taken to the where they where they take the people that just came out of surgery and stuff there. And then when I woke up, I was in this room. I'm like, oh man, what happened? And then I go, okay, I'm gonna need to schedule an appointment with you. Okay, so all right. So schedule up. When you go home, call to schedule appointment. Okay, procedure's finished. So my wife came, picked me up. We went home, called the doctor, did the appointment, and then I went to see the appointment. And the doctor told me, "Wow, your esophagus got stuck like that." He don't know why, but he's thinking it was because of the chemotherapy. So he got stuck like that. When he went in, it was just a small, like that. So he had to open it up wide to back to normal. He said, "Okay, that's what I did. I opened it up, spread it out, so she'll be okay. All right." So man, the next day I ate, like it was good, man. Finally get to eat good, right? The second day it happened again. Boom. It got stuck again, and now gotta go through this whole phase. Oh my goodness, going through this whole phase of just trying to eat. Now the pain is gone, but now I have to deal with this now. And when he did that, when he did the checkup, he also looked in my stomach, and he said, "Wow, it's looking better now, because this is a third now is third treatment. So that means it's like almost 3 months now, right? Because every 3 weeks, it's almost 3 months of the treatment." And he said, "Wow, it looks good now. Everything look good, but not the problem I'm facing now is this thing." All right. So now I'm gonna leave it off right here, and I'm gonna continue the story on our next video. Hopefully you can come back so you can still follow the continuation of it, and I will tell you what the next problem that I run into. Now everything about the cancer, everything is good now, but now something else is going on. And so come back again and continue the journey with me. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.